Okay. I'm gonna have to start back over, y'all. All right, I'll just edit that out. All right, so um sorry y'all had to wait. I was talking and I didn't know the mic wasn't on. Okay, so I'll start over and I'll just edit this out. Okay, what you're looking at is first of all, I want to claim fair usage. Copyright disclaimer, fair usage. Uh and what you're looking at is a channel. Uh, I'm not gonna name. You can probably see the name of the channel up there. It don't matter. Um, but I'm gonna just click through these channels. If you'll see, they all pretty much look the same, don't they? All of them look the same. Um, I'm familiar with all of them. And I'm just gonna go down the list. Um, the Trey King Show, formerly the Know the Lead Show, formerly the Truth Show. Lovely Ti TV, formerly Lovely Ti 2002. Um, the Philip Scott Show, which he still has the other channel. I think it's called African Diaspora channel. But prior to that, it was Advise Show TV. And then the Armand Wiggins Show. And I'm assuming he was just Armand Wiggins at one time. And I've spoken on Lovely T.I. And of course, Trey King had a problem with it. I spoke on Lovely T.I. and Philip Scott, or the Advise Show TV. Trey King had a problem with it. I've spoken on Unwind with Tasha K. Trey King had a problem with it. So they get up on here, if you talk about one of them, they gonna get on their platform and they never gonna call your name, but they gonna let you know that they got a problem with it. That's the only thing that you see. What you don't see is what goes on in the background, the different things that they do in the background. Now, for the longest time, Trey King, he did not even used to show his subscribers. I found the number of his subscribers on my last channel. I did a video about it. Now he proudly displays that. Now, I never look at that stuff. I'm not impressed with any of that. None of that stuff ever determines if I watch you or not. It never does. Now, maybe it does for everybody else. It just never has with me. I watch you based on the character of your content. For the record, I don't watch any of these people. Only when I'm reporting on them. That's the only time. And I don't sit and watch their videos. I just go to the channel, like you see now. There's no need to sit and watch a million videos because I already know the game. I already know the con game. I've known it for years. A lot of people don't know it. So this is for the people who follow me that don't know the con game. Now, these are all black content creators. I don't want to leave out Tasha K, a.k.a. Unwind with Tasha K. And for the people who may not know, Cardi B is suing her for defamation. And that's currently going on now. And what I found interesting about this is Lovely T.I. hasn't spoken a word about it. What you're looking at right now is her channel. There's not a video up about that on her channel. Not a video up about that at all. Whatsoever. But they keep up with every single thing that goes on. But it's just strange that certain things, they would never open up their mouth about it and say a word about it. The con game. They're not going to get on camera and talk about it. They probably talking about it with each other behind the scenes. Remember I said they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes? A lot of things that they do behind the scenes, if I had to guess, are some of the grungiest stuff that's done on this platform. Like sending people to bombard your channel, try to bring your channel down, all these unscrupulous things, all these sinister, evil things that they do. But they get on camera and they flaunt to the world like, ooh, look how wonderful and pure and wholesome I am. They're anything but that. And if I had to guess, it applies to all of them. Each and every last one of them. These are all black YouTubers. They all are. If I had to guess, if they don't currently have a connection, they have previously all had a connection. Now I know for a fact that Philip Scott and Lovely T.I. had a connection because they were kicked off of Howard University campus. They were kicked off the campus. I did a video on it. So I know that they have had a connection. I know that Lovely T.I. and Trey King have a connection because at one time their descriptions were identical. Identical, word for word. I did a video on that too. And for the people that don't know, there was a scandal that came out about Phil the Advice Show having a white wife, and Lovely T.I. was quiet. She was quiet as a church mouse. She didn't have anything to say about that. I did a video on that. I did. I did a video on that too. And I think when she finally did speak, I'm this punk and all this, and I think we already know what Trey King thinks about me. He's made that perfectly clear. Matter of fact, he's came out in defense of Tasha K. If I had to guess, he probably got wind of a video I did about Tasha K. So they get on their platforms and they send out these subliminal messages to their viewers. That's about the only thing that they do on camera. They ain't gonna call your name, but they do the most unscrupulous things behind the camera. There's all these different connections. This person's connected to that person, or they were friends, or they may not be friends, or they ain't gonna say nothing about this, or they ain't gonna say nothing about that if it's concerning this person or that person, because it may put them in a compromising position. So they're not going to say nothing. So here now we have Tasha K in the limelight right now. The limelight, because that's why they are on here, to get in the limelight, to be in the limelight. But she's not being reflected in a good light in the limelight. So is that why Lovely T.I. has not spoken her name? What? Okay, I'm looking on here. As of a month ago, I don't see Tasha K's name on here at all. In the past month. Let's scroll down a little bit. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Cardi B or Meg the Stallion or Nicki Minaj or any other celebrity. But why is it that there's no mention about the lawsuit? It started last week. The jury selection is in the news. Cardi B testified the other day. Was it today or yesterday? Whenever it was, she testified against Tasha K. But there's not a word, there's not a peep. But they talking about everything else, aren't they? Everything else. I don't see a mention of it. If I had to guess it, I could go through this whole channel. There won't be one mention of it. At all. They talk about everything else. I don't know. Did she do a clean sweep of her channel? No, I doubt it. There's probably thousands of videos. They talk about everything under the sun. But they ain't going to talk about each other. You know why? Because they all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. But they going to get up on here and show you that they on Twitter. They on, let's see now. What is it she's on? What is this? They want a donation. That's the first little thing here that you see. They want a donation. And then I'm assuming there's some kind of beauty thing she's got going on. This ain't a bashing video. And then they're gonna let you know that they on Patreon and they on Facebook. But believe me, if I had to guess, she on Twitter and Instagram too. If I had to guess. And they're gonna let you know how many subscribers they got. They definitely gonna do that. And then they're gonna let you know they enjoying and all this and that the other. And if I had to guess, whatever store, whatever they selling, whatever other channels they have, all that. But they ain't gonna say a word about Tasha K. They ain't gonna say a word about Cardi B. Now, for people who may not know, she was trying to get in good with Cardi B when she thought Cardi B was gonna divorce Offset. Because, she's divorced. So I don't know if that was supposed to be the tie that binds. So that was a little hole for her to crawl through to say, ooh, I understand, I want to be your friend. She even did a video one time about, I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail saying about how, I'm assuming she had a phone call with Cardi B. I don't know. And they're going to get on here and they're going to post that online on their channel and then they're going to monetize that. So I don't know if Cardi B has figured out what these people's intentions are. I'm hoping that she has. I don't know. I'm not vested enough to care. All I know is, just like how she's suing Tasha K, it could very well be Lovely T.I. that she's suing. Little does Cardi B know. Who's to say Lovely T.I. was not involved in that? Behind the scenes, working with Tasha K. Who's to say she wasn't playing both sides of the fence? Because, they were really tight at one time. It's what they do behind the scene. Who's to say she wasn't funneling information to Tasha K? Who's to say what her involvement may or may not have been in that, in all of that? No one will ever know. But I have the wherewithal to know that I wouldn't rule it out. She does the same thing. So it just so happens that Tasha K is being sued. But it could very well have been Lovely T.I. Flip a coin. Those are the odds. It ain't like she don't do the same kind of stuff. Why else would they have been so tight for so long? Why else would Trey King get on his platform and defend the two of them? He's involved with them. All these people are involved. But you don't see one mention of Tasha K and that lawsuit. What are the odds that she don't know nothing about it? 0. What are the odds that there's a hidden agenda, that there's a reason, that there's a motive? A hidden motive of why she is as quiet as a church mouse. The same way she was quiet with the Phil Scott having the white wife scandal. She didn't utter a word. This is a repeat of that. There's a pattern of it. They're all connected. All of them are. But they're going to scour the internet and talk about every celebrity under the sun. But you don't know about the Cardi B lawsuit suing Unwind with Tasha K. If I had to guess, she's probably behind the scenes playing both sides of the fence. Probably in Cardi B ear and in Tasha K ear. All at the same time. It wouldn't surprise me. It's what they do. So let's move on. The Trey King show. Not one mention of it. I don't see anything with her name on it. This is as of 2 weeks. I'll scroll up so you can see the channel. Now, for the longest time, he didn't want anybody to know about this. Now he's broadcasting it to the world. I'm still not impressed. Like I say, I don't look at that stuff. I look at your content. Now he's letting people know he on Twitter. Uh, and let me tell y'all something about that. On my previous Twitter account, I was blocked before I had even knew he had a Twitter. So these people, they research you even before you even know about them. How can I be blocked and I ain't never even been to your Twitter before? And then when I disable my Twitter, somebody else claimed the Twitter from me. These are the things that they do. They do all these underhanded things. And then they wonder why somebody like me don't feel no kind of way when they only showing one arm on their screen now. Now, is he still doing it? I don't know. If he ever shows two arms, I will be reporting on it. And I will be scrutinizing it. I will be scrutinizing it. I will be dissecting it. He better make sure all 5 of them fingers move. The wrist, the elbow, the arm, every ligament in that arm better work. I'll zoom in on it. Because this person is responsible for a lot of things where I'm concerned. And that's fine because karma has already moved in 2 years ago. In his real life, not on this virtual platform. In the real life. Over 2 years now. So anyway, they let you know that they're on this and they're on that and all this and that the other. Apparently he's on Snapchat too now. Last time I heard, don't they do all kind of like adult things on Snapchat now? I don't know. But anyway, there's no mention of Tasha K or the lawsuit. But you know, there's all these different black folks who have lost family members and kids and relatives and all this and that, but he's gonna make sure he gets money off of all these different tragedies that happen to black people. And believe me, y'all, there's thousands of videos. But there's no mention of Tasha K or the lawsuit or any of that. But there's Drake. Yeah, there's Drake. I mean, you can see the titles for yourself. Now, let's move on to the Philip Scott show. There's no mention of it, of Tasha K. I don't see it, or the lawsuit. Whatever just happened recently. I just saw it in the news today. No, this is as of 3 days ago. I see no mention of it. I still see no mention of it as of a week ago. I don't have the patience to sit here and read through all that stuff. I just look at the pictures. I don't click on any of this stuff. I'm just talking about me. And I ain't knocking nobody who sits here and watches all these. I don't know. I'm assuming there's tens of thousands of these videos. I'm assuming. And for the record, y'all, after that scandal, he amassed over, the white wife scandal, he amassed over 1 million followers. But I guess it all dwindled down. And so he built this channel. And of course, we have Armand Wiggins, who milked it. I don't know. If I had to guess, for at least 100 hours, he milked that. He was on live day after day after day for hours and hours and hours. Had people calling in. This was before panels. People were calling in, talking about Philip Scott. I just did a video or two, like an upload, and that was the end of it. But he was on, I mean, I don't know how many hours he wasn't online milking it and milking it and milking it. And if I had to guess, that's who Philip Scott was referring to. Like, why all the videos after videos after videos after lives after lives after lives? But you know, on the other channel I had, somebody did reach out to me and let me know that Philip Scott used to be a troll. He used to troll people. If I had to guess, they all have their separate accounts that they subscribe to these celebrities as somebody other than themselves to get whatever dirt, and then they bring it back to YouTube and exploit them. If I had to guess, Lovely T.I. has done, if I had to guess, she's done the same thing to Cardi B. And anybody else that she's out here pretending to be friends with or wanting to be nice with or calling or wanting their number or want them to reach out to her or email her or whatever. It's what they do. Will it ever end? I'm guessing it will never end. But I just find it very inconspicuous that nobody has a word to say about Tasha K and this lawsuit. You know why? Because they all do the same thing or have done it. And nobody have a word to say about it. Except Armand Wiggins. He's the only one. Tell you why he doesn't. Why he does. Wait a minute. Let me go over here. Now, I already told y'all that Philip Scott's other channel, the African Diaspora, has over a million last I checked. And apparently he has built this one from scratch. And it's well over 200,000 now. But Armand Wiggins has the least amount of subscribers. And that's why he's got Tasha K all over the channel. That's why. Now he wants a donation and he's on Facebook. And I mean, I don't go to any of this stuff. I don't even go to these channels, y'all. Let me go over here. Philip Scott's on Facebook. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. I don't know what this is. Patreon. Cash App, and probably whatever else they got going on. But Armand Wiggins is the only one that's got anything to say about it. Matter of fact, the second image you see is Tasha K and Cardi B. And of course, there's Wendy Williams. And I'm sure she's been on everybody's channel, especially Lovely T.I. TV. But as you can see, now, Nicki Minaj has, he may as well just name his channel Nicki Minaj. Because it's a Nicki Minaj channel. Everything he do is Nicki Minaj. Or Megan Thee Stallion or whatever. So they all do the same thing. If you look at the channels, they all look identical. They look like they're just a carbon copy of each other. But on the first row, there's Tasha K twice. And then if you scroll down, you'll see Tasha K again. And then Cardi B. And then Cardi B. And Nicki Minaj. You get the point, right? They all do the same thing. They even got Cardi B's husband up here too. Offset. Hopefully he can see through all this stuff. Personally, I hope Cardi B is victorious in that lawsuit. Maybe it'll set a standard. Maybe YouTube will get wind of it and change their policies. But what I found interesting is, he has 132,000 subscribers, but he's talking about, where is it? I saw here where he supposedly had a conversation, right? Yeah, here it is. Cardi B talks with Armand Wiggins, but you only got 42,000 views on that. Make that make sense. And for the people who may not know, Um, Tasha B, no, Tasha K has had 1 million views reversed from YouTube. Reason I know because I've reported on it on a previous channel. Same thing with Lovely T.I. They've had 1 million views reversed in 1 month. In 1 month, 1 million views were credited back. In 30 days, each of them. So it ain't rocket science to look at that and see what's going on with that. So I just thought I would point that out, that there's no mention of it, only on Armand Wiggins' channel. Do you see that? No mention of it. And last I checked, they were having some kind of beef. But the others haven't mentioned the word. They're quiet as a church mouse. No mention of it at all. Now I could type in unwind with Tasha K, but I don't want to. What's the point? I'm not interested. All I want to know is what happens with the case. That's it. Other than that, I don't want to know nothing else.